Gather around, school brothers and sisters. This is your host, Dave, and hop on in. This is the drive. Let's go. Let's go. All right, guys. I am happy to have a few guests already in. Let's go. A few guys in the chat. What's up, Gary? Let's go, Purple Gang. Let's go. And Mary Fist Chicken, Sue for the Soul. Glad to have you hop on. Let's go. Let's go. This is the drive. The after work Monday show. If it's good enough, it's going to be Thursday too. Let's go. Let's go. I agree, man. I built that from scratch. That was a white screen. I built that from scratch. I'm learning how to do stuff. Who knew I could do stuff? I'm 50 years old. I'm doing stuff. Let's go. Holden, what's up? What's up, man? Let's go. Let's go. Hey, by the way, Gary, I got some envelopes finally to send your card. I still haven't sent it, but I appreciate your patience. Who else we got here? Who else we got? Tristan, what's going on? What's going on? Let's go. All right. Hey, every Monday, this is going to be my thing. 6 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Central. I'm going to be doing this every week, hopefully for the rest of my life. Unless I got something to do, unless I'm on vacation. I don't know. We'll find something. But today I got kind of a special treat for you. I decided rather than doing my 53-man roster projection, my 2.0 before the cuts tomorrow, I thought I would have you help me do it. All right. I thought I'd have you help me do it. So when we get enough people on here, I'm going to go through my 53 from last week it was last week. I think I did it, or the weekend. And then I'm going to do that with you guys and we'll go through it. And you can guys say who you think we should add, who you think should subtract. Now, some of these guys have already been cut. But hey, you're going to help me with it. We're going to have it Minnesota Sports Talk family 53-man roster prediction. Let's go. What do we got here? Everybody's saying hi, getting to know each other. Hey, Mitch, Mitch is in the house. Everybody give it up for Mitch. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I do have a treat for you. You guys have never seen me go Purple Hulk. One of my first times with rap, I said when the Vikings lose, I would go Purple Hulk. I get so upset. I just never I've been on air, got mad a few times. I got my blood boiling, but oh my God, I did a video about a certain TikToker named Rico Knows who dissed one of our own. And I'm going to be posting that. Me and Jamie from GG Sports podcast, we did the video together reacting to a video that's probably been out there, but I don't hang out on TikTok all the time. I went to post a TikTok, a video popped up, and it was a guy absolutely trashing Danielle Hunter, and it hurt my soul. I went Purple Hulk. I said, Jamie, jump on a video with me. We're going to do a reaction video to this. That is coming out tomorrow. I'll get you a little taste of it in this video, a little taste of it. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay. I'm not catching up here. I must have missed something, but hey, everybody so far, we got 7 in the house. Hopefully get some more here. We'll bring some up. Hey, now, how did you guys feel about the cuts so far? Anybody there's no surprises really. I think Sokol, who's been hanging around as a Viking for a while, so cutting so early, like he wasn't one of the last cuts. They're like, yeah, you're gone. And how about the trade of Vidarian Lowe? We drafted him in the 6th round, and we traded him to the Patriots for a 6th rounder. Now, it's also very curious that they traded for a former 1st rounder to come on their team, and they only gave him a 7th. That team is 7th, and we got a 6th round for our guy who we drafted in the 6th. Vidarian Lowe looked like a very promising prospect. It really... Oh, yeah. So I agree. No big surprises. Mary says trade was a surprise. Why? Because he was one of 2 backups I really cared about. Because he's such a good guy. He's such a mature player, a mature person. I've talked about 2 things that just stand out on him. His arm length is an inch longer than Christian Darrisaw. His hands are gigantic. They're actually an inch longer than Christian Darrisaw. The only thing he just does not nearly have the athletic ability as Christian Darrisaw. But I thought he'd develop into a pretty decent pass blocker, and I think he had left and right pass blocking potential. So Kevin O'Connell talked about him being a swing tackle, and that impressed me. Was this last preseason game? Him and Oli Udo switched sides. I was like, why is Vidarian Lowe on the right side? And I go, look, sure enough, Udo is on the left side. That maybe gave us a premonition that, hey, they were showing other teams that this guy can play right tackle too. So impressive move on switching them to develop that talent. Now Oli Udo needs to be our swing tackle, but we do have Blake Brandel, who played left tackle last year. He's been showing up as a backup right guard, but that just increases responsibilities. But right now, I don't have 9. We kept 10 linemen last year. I was predicting 9, and now I only want to keep 8. And I think we keep 8 before during the cuts, because afterwards I think we're going to add people. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Let me know. Dave, you think the Vikings will make more trades? Yes. I actually did a video on trading Jalen Reagor. Why did I think that? Let me, if you didn't see the video, let me just give you the gist of it. So Brandon Powell is going to, we're keeping him. He's going to be our punt returner. I thought he won the job. There was only been 4 punts returned in the preseason. 2 of them were by Brandon Powell, 2 for 18 yards, so 9-yard average, which is better than his career and better than Reagor's career. And then there was 2 others returned, and they were both muffs by Thayer Thomas. So I thought, because Reagor hadn't even returned a punt, I thought Brandon Powell showed he could do it, and he looks very good doing it. Like, he catches the ball. One of the things that Amir Smith-Marset couldn't do is he would fade with the ball. He would not track it, get under it like a center fielder would, and then just receive the ball cleanly. He would catch it on the run because he couldn't track the ball. So we had to trade and get Jalen Reagor. ISM never returned a punt in college. He returned kicks occasionally, but never returned a punt in college. That's why we went out and got Jalen Reagor. Because of that, we got Brandon. So Jalen Reagor got the punt return job, and then he showed us what he was about with Indianapolis. He's lost favorability. Brandon Powell comes in, wins the punt job. We only kept 5 receivers last year. We're keeping Jalen Naylor. And I hope I was talking about Jalen Reagor right before, but we're keeping Jalen Naylor at 4. It'll be Brandon Powell 5, and then you got Tristan Jackson or Jalen Reagor at 6. I thought about Thayer Thomas, but this guy has no special team ability, so be it. I don't think he's a gunner or anything like that. He failed at punt returning horribly. So the trading Reagor made sense because we did the Spider 2 Y banana play. I don't know. Jay Gruden calls it Spider 2 Y banana, where we had the receiver going out into the flat. And he got the ball, and that was a play designed specifically for Reagor. And then there was a boot deep cross. It wasn't too deep. It was mid-range for Jalen Reagor on the sideline. We were in that first half showing him off. We were showcasing Jalen Reagor. And because he did so well, we yanked him, didn't play him. And that's why I was thinking that we were showcasing Jalen Reagor for trade bait potentially. So that might be a guy that we can get some value out of. Yeah, I have a funny feeling more trades are coming. I agree, Mary. Bet we use the 6 to get more interior line depth. Yeah, definitely. We need more picks. You guys have... If you guys go look at all the people that we got on the last year of their contract, and we got cap room, but we're losing so many players that we need to replace them with cheap talent. And how do you do that but draft picks and UDFAs? Now, there's just going to be a lot of new faces the next 2 years. Just a huge new faces coming across. What's up, drop shot Jake? Let's go. Yeah, the trade was surprise O-line depth concerning. Yeah, I thought he was one of our O-line guys that, one of our decent backups that could play left or right. And that's what I was saying. We're showcasing him last week to play right tackle too. And obviously it worked or helped work because we traded him for a 6. How often do you trade a guy and get the same compensation as you paid for him? That's great move on Kwesi's part. We need those picks. He's not that great a prospect that I'm not sad. And I did a video liking him. I did a video in the draft liking him. I talk about him. I like him on the team. I definitely thought he was making it. We didn't cut him last year. He didn't play a darn in preseason very well, if at all. And he made it into 4 games last year. And I don't think any of them was a snap on offense. And he barely made it with the 10th spot, but we didn't want to lose him. So, not a whole lot. I mean, we got a 6-round pick back for him that we could use on what we possibly need next year. So I'm thinking we got room to bring in. We now have room to bring in a lineman. We do. We have, and that's who I think we're going after. And there are a lot of people are getting cut. Now, Alex Leatherwood. I did a post, Alex Leatherwood, a 3rd for Rager, maybe. We didn't even pay that. I'm thinking conditional 5th, 6th that turns into a 5th kind of thing would be probably the tops because that's what we paid for him. He could definitely be someone's 3rd receiver on their team. He's just not ours. But I agree, he's got trade value. What's up, Al Smith? Newsflash, the Vikings want the JJ deal done before the season, and now I would rather trade him for picks. What? Newsflash, Vikings want JJ deal done before the season, and you'd rather trade him for picks. Anybody else want to trade JJ for picks? Let me know in the chat. I'm not sure about that. Hey, I got 14 people in the chat. Let me give you a little taste of what the video I'm dropping tomorrow. This is the video that I'm going to be reacting to. I'm just going to give you a taste of it. Let me pause this. I don't know. Here, pause this. All right, let me add it. Okay. So this is Rico Knows. He's got like almost 100,000 followers on TikTok and about 4,500 on YouTube. And this is just a little of what he says. This is the beginning of what he says about Danielle Hunter. Tomorrow I'm dropping a reaction video with Jamie from GG Sports Podcast. Make sure you like it. When I post that video, watch it, like it. I go Purple Hulk. I literally go Purple Hulk on him.
Hunter. I call him Dan. So the guy in the picture here with the roided out arms, that's Danielle Hunter. I call him Danielle. And if you don't know his deal, back in 2018.
So that's a little taste of what I'm going to be going off on. He calls him roided out, and he calls him Danielle. All the way through that video. All the way through that. Catch that video tomorrow. Let me play that a little bit again.
Danielle Hunter. I call him Danielle. So the guy in the picture here with the roided out arms, that's Danielle Hunter. I call him Danielle. And if
calls him Danielle. I doubt he calls it to him by in his face. I don't think he would be standing in a room and call him Danielle to his face. I don't know. What do you guys think? I actually got a special sound for that. Little Purple Hulk action. I got a Purple Hulk roar. I mean, I don't know. Me and Jamie did a reaction video tomorrow. You got to watch it. I'll launch it maybe 8, 9 o'clock in the morning Central Time. Yeah, I got him, Mary. I got him good. This guy watches it. He's probably gonna say something. He's probably gonna say something. Well, let's see. I mean, I want a QB not to be mediocre all the damn time, and I'm sick of it. I don't know. 4th in passing, 5th in touchdowns, 8 come from behind victories, 11 one-score games. Mediocre. I don't know. I don't. I don't call it mediocre, but we'll disagree. We'll disagree. JB Austin, Daniel's arms are bigger than this guy's head. Yes, although the guy's got a pretty big head. Now shout out to Rico Knows. He's a veteran, and he'll let you know it. But he's a veteran, and he has entertaining videos, but he talked about the wrong guy. He talked about the wrong guy, Danielle Hunter, who has not harmed a fly, who's been a model teammate. He goes on to say much worse things in that video. You got to watch it tomorrow, or go find him on TikTok and find his video. But oh man, I had to do something. What's up, seriously, Larry? He wouldn't call that to his face, would he? No, sirree. That guy's a fly. Daniel's the swatter. You know what? Daniel would just brush him aside and let the guy live. That's how nice a guy Daniel was. This guy calls him selfish. He calls him all sorts of crap in the book. He says he's what's wrong with players. This is a guy what's wrong with players. He is delusional. All he did was saw that he was potentially holding out and then did a video on it. Now, it's been out for a while. I just happened to come across it and deserved my attention. That was absolute crap video, and is the first video I've ever done of this where I called out another creator, and I didn't care. I didn't care. You're going to see something tomorrow, man. You got to watch it. All right. His arms look like Snickers bars with the big veins. Dude is a physical freak. Absolute physical freak. All right. Can't wait. Yeah, Mary. I hope you don't think less of me after this video. What's up? Play more, please, so we can get a bit more worked up. Okay, I'll play a little bit more. What's up, Yogi? What's up? What's up? Okay, I got a request by Gary. To play a little bit more of the video. But I got to save it. I got to save some of it. It's a longer video. I got to save some of it. Because I went Purple Hulk on him tomorrow. It's coming. All right, let me add it. Let me add it to the stream again.
His deal back in 2018 and 2019, Danielle had 14.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons.
Calling him
one of the most dynamic pass rushers in the NFL, and he wanted to get paid.
That's the only compliment he gave him right there.
Like it. So he did a restructuring and an extension, 5 years, $70 million. The man is paid. But now he refuses to take part in the off-season workouts, organized team activities or OTAs, any of the mandatory camps. He's not showing up. He doesn't want to play on his $4.5 million salary, getting paid about 4 times what running backs are getting paid. But he refuses to play on that salary because he's worth more. But
keeps calling him Danielle. So that's all I'm giving you. Tomorrow you can watch the whole thing, but he lies. The guy did not hold out. He just he showed up for mandatory mini camps, did not get fined at all. Did not get fined at all. So basically lied through his teeth. None of the crap was true. And Justin Jefferson held out, didn't show up for the non-mandatory mini camps. So, I mean, what is it? And he's in the last year of his contract. He was in negotiations. All this guy saw was a headline, thought he was a selfish player because of it, and then crapped on his legacy. Nobody probably saw the video. It didn't get that many views, but he's got 100,000 followers on TikTok, and he's just famous for, doing these diss videos on players. He constantly craps on them. And there's one thing if he was face to face with these guys, he would he would have to leave the room. He would just fall over and roll around on the floor crying around Danielle Hunter, because he just looking at him would scare the crap out of him. I have a rule. If I can't say it to their face, I don't say it all. All right. Or I'll apologize. This guy's not apologizing. He doesn't care. He wants all the smoke. Minnesota Sports Talk, the Purple Hulk is bringing the smoke. Let's go. All right, man. Yeah, I appreciate you showing up for my for my flagship. No, I don't know if it's my flagship, but hey, my Monday video or my Monday live stream, the Vikings Drive. Jump on, come and ride with me. This is the Minnesota Vikings, the Drive. Let's go. Let's go. I don't know if that sounded bad, but I gotta catch up to the comments. All right, what do we got here? What's popping? AJ, if you just saw that video, I'm doing a diss video. I did it already. That was the video, part of the video that I responded to. You'll see it tomorrow morning. Blow it up. Make this guy famous if he's not already. He deserves it. What's up, Professor? Maybe you guys should kiss. Whenever I fight with my homies, we make out a little and it helps. Okay. I can't believe I read that out loud. Oh my gosh. What else? 5 million seats for Hunter is ridiculous. So the math behind it, he just signed for 70 over 5 years. We all know he took 3 now team-friendly deals. There's guys getting paid 25 million. He was averaging 14 million. This guy wasn't even in the top 5, if not 10 in pass rushers. The fastest to 50, youngest guy to get 50 sacks ever in NFL history. Had some injuries. I mean, you'll see the crap this guy talked about tomorrow, man. It's so bad. But to disrespect him and call him Danielle the whole video, oh my gosh, pisses me off. Larry, you're not counting the signing bonus money. Danielle was getting paid 14 million a year, less than he's worth, but not 5 million. Yeah, signing bonus, everything averaged out 14.5 million. But Bosa is going to get what, 35 million? I mean, Aaron Donald get like 33 million, 31, something like that. Myles Garrett, 25 million. Danielle Hunter switched positions. He wants to be a Viking. There's nothing. He doesn't talk about it in the media. He's not leaking anything. He kept things in house. When Zimmer said he tweaked something, he goes, "That's interesting." Doesn't diss Zimmer. Doesn't talk about him, bad about him. Doesn't talk bad about anybody. He just plays. He leads by example. He's the same as a Harrison Smith. Just 2 good dudes on the Vikings, and they're going to be in the Ring of Honor, man. I can't believe I had to watch even that little bit apart. I feel bad even showing it to you. I was so mad. Hey, but one of the things I told everybody is that I'm going to have you guys help me pick my 53 on this video. Last week I went for an hour and a half. Damn near lost my voice. I'm probably on my way to doing that already. I don't think you guys have heard me talk this much. I don't think you guys have heard me talk this much before. But let me bring up 53. And if you guys make a comment about anything, I'll go back to it. If it's been said before, we'll talk about it again. So don't feel free like you guys missed out on anything. Oh gosh. I got some catching up to do here. I got My Worthless Opinion in the house. What's up? My Worthless Opinion in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's got to say hi to Mary. Yeah, may the God. Oh gosh. What do we got here? I think women are so cool. I wish I knew a woman. You're just trolling us today, Professor? No problem, Miriam. I'm problem with calling a person a douche also. Okay. Well, anyways, I've been known to call someone that before, so yeah, don't think less of me, please. But hey, I'm going to have you guys help me pick the 53-man roster. Let's see where we got. Let me back up here. Let's see here, 53. All right. So we're at quarterback. So Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall. What do you guys think? The rule is you can keep a third quarterback, not counting against your game day roster. If a player goes out for injury and you end up having to play the third string guy. That guy can't come back in if I'm not mistaken. So if you got two guys go out and the third guy comes in, you can't bring one of those guys back in to play for him. So they really got to be out. So a little strategy there. But with the rules on concussions, spotters can see a guy dizzy. They got to get checked and put under the tent and checked out for a concussion protocol. If they find he can come back in the game, and that's happened. But two quarterbacks that get concussions, and you're playing with a receiver, playing with Justin Jefferson under center. We don't want that. So Jaren Hall is going to make this team. But hey, let's talk about him. Jaren Hall, what do you guys think? How did he look? How did he look this last game? Yeah, I agree. We're keeping 3, and it's all because of the rules. I think on another year without these rules, we might have let him go and try to sneak him on the practice squad. So, how did you guys think he played? I thought he played pretty good to start the game. He had some bumps. He moved around the pocket well. He has a good. He made a couple mistakes where he tucked and run too early, I think, and kind of gave himself up. But it was a big jump, that fact that we were able to play with the second string line instead of the third string line. So I thought we showed what we kind of had, that this guy could someday be definitely our backup quarterback, and enough accuracy, eyes downfield, enough presence, enough leadership that he might be, a starter in this league. This guy at one time was thought to be a first round pick at one time. He obviously didn't end up that way, but yeah, Hall stays. He looks better with each game. Again, progression. Show me progression. That was the same way I felt about Vidarian Lowe. He showed me progression every game, and that's probably why we were able to trade him. Oh, played very poorly the last game. But hey, he played good some of the game, and it was a progression. I agree. I said the same thing. There's a part of the game in the pick, bad play. But then even that last play, he crossed the line, but he made that throw. Incredible throw. This guy's got a good deep ball. He's accurate, and he has superpower back shoulder throws. But this guy was super accurate in this game, I felt. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. I like Hall. He's got something. He's a very heady player. He's gonna work hard. And there's go look at his history. I saw this YouTube video on him about what he went through to get to where he was. In the older player, he had to compete against Zach Wilson. They said he was even with Zach Wilson, and they just gave it to Wilson because he was more experienced, because he went on his mission trip and he played baseball, and Zach Wilson wasn't playing baseball. So that actually cost him possibly a job. One good drive in the entire game and choked 2 times in the clutch. All right. Yeah, he's a rookie. I could agree with you. He did look bad at times, but he looked good at times, honestly. I thought it was an improvement. He was improved the next year, but sure back up. I think more time. I wish we could send people to NFL Europe like they used to and get some time there. Discipline, progression, and pocket presence. I agree. He again made mistakes like a rookie. So it made him look. We were at the first half thinking that we got something here. I'm not saying he won't come around, but he totally of the last game was very poor. So totality of the last game was very poor. I think based compared to expectations, I think it kind of helped him, honestly. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Tristan. I completely understand what you're saying. The one position okay to start a bit older is QB. Yeah, there's been guys drafted that were 26 and they started their first game at 27, and there's guys that started their first game at 29. It's definitely, older you get through that. Now, I didn't care for Trey Lance. I didn't care for him. He's 23. There's nothing that stood out in the NFL preseason, any games he's played that I'm like, okay, Trey Lance has got some here. Now, could he eventually? Because he is that young. He's 23. Yeah, he could. He's an athletic freak. But I think a guy like Jaron Hall has that eyes downfield presence about him that you could get something out of him. Trey Lance, I'm not sure about, man. I'm rooting for him. He's a Minnesota kid. I went to North Dakota State. I'm rooting for him. I hope he does good eventually. Better versus Arizona than Seattle. Yes, true. Imagine Hall with the first team offense. Yeah, put some better players around him. You can see something. We know our backup line is terrible. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries at that age. Yes, he was. Hall was facing instant pressure almost every drop back. True. All right. So we kind of got that consensus. Now, hey, guys, if you could, just make sure you hit like, get this video pushed, get more listeners. Now, let's go to running backs. Now, this is what I had, okay? I'm changing this, okay? I am going to edit. Aaron Dykes is not making this team. Aaron Dykes is not making this team. He did not take a step forward. He got the opportunity, but he is cut. So let me put him in the cut list. We are +1 on spots open right now. So let's see. I think 3 running backs make it, so I'm gonna leave the 3 there. Let me add that. So Alexander Madison, Ty Chandler. Now I said we'd have a reserve pup list. Now I just watched Purple Daily again. They think he's talking about IR, and if you put Kenny Nwanga on the IR, you lose him for the season. But Will Raggett says you can put him on the reserve pup list. I read the rule last week on Thursday that you can put someone on the reserve pup list. So I'm keeping Kenny Nwanga on the reserve pup list, but we're going to have a third running back. That third running back might not be on our team right now, but out of these guys, I would just assume it would be Dwayne McBride. Anybody think about that? If Kenny Nwanga can be on a reserve pup list, come back in 4 games, he has not practiced at all. I'm thinking that's the case. Does anybody hear anything about Kenny Nwanga, being able to join practice? I haven't. Mary, so agree, Dave. Obviously, he needs some work, but I'm happy that what we saw on Saturday. Yep. Amen. What's up, Digits? How's it going? Thanks for joining. If I didn't already say hi. Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. I saw your comment earlier, I guess. I didn't acknowledge you. Sorry about that. Sign a vet RB. Yeah. But if Kenny Nwanga can come back and we don't really have to use Dwayne McBride, yeah, I think we're okay. I think that a lot of people are down on our running back group, but I still ain't. I think Ty Chandler. I drafted my fantasy league both as my third running back, Alexander Madison, and I handcuffed him with Ty Chandler. Yeah, yes, McBride, barring a free agent signing. I agree with there. I like McBride. He looked good last game and could from short yardage. McBride, another guy that progressed. Not impressed first game, but that line was terrible. Second game showed a little bit more, even caught a pass. He looked better. He bounced that one out the left side. Looked a lot better. I think he earns the spot. McBride hasn't hit a hole yet, nor does he hold on to the ball. I don't think he has a fumble yet. So, but he did have 4 or 5 in college, I think, is in 1 year. Love your attitude, Holster. I'm thinking Hulkster, probably. There it is. You corrected Hulkster. I like my attitude too, and I'm sharing it with the world. I appreciate it. But hey, let's change this. So we're 1 spot up, and we're gonna say that we're gonna get a third running back, either a vet or it's Dwayne McBride. So let's do that. Dwayne McBride. All right, let's add him. Cut. We'll do some editing. All right. I just thought about this morning. Rather than me just do my 53 man for you, is have you guys talk me into players. I believe CJ Ham makes the team. That guy did not see it down in the preseason. He's making the team. Oh man, my this really needs to update here. Seen him on our one problem during Minnesota family man, Bruce family. What do we got here? I did not. My chat is not keeping up, guys. I am so sorry. Let's see here. Wow, this is not keeping up. Here we go. McBride's a beast, though. I think he's not as shifty as I hoped he was, but he did impress me in that bounce out. Yeah, I haven't been hearing about fumbles in the practice. I haven't been hearing about fumbles in practice recently, but earlier in camp, it was a big problem. You know, I did remember seeing something like that. Yeah, but hopefully that's not Ham for sure. All right, resigned Ham. He making the team. Re-sign Ham. Yeah, he's making the team, obviously. But we did do a contract where we can get out of it after the first year. He's only got guaranteed money really for this first year. So it did give us a change. He is 30. But yeah, for what we're wanting to do in the run game, it makes sense. We can go to the next one. Wide receivers. Now notice what I got going on here. We got to make a correction. Now we're still at 53 right now. Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor. Now I've been impressed with KJ Osborne in the joint practices. Yeah, I think he solidified his second receiver spot. Jordan Addison could be a number 2 right now. I feel like it. Jalen Naylor's coming back, but the team likes him. We've seen good things from him. When he got his opportunity, like Thielen did, I think in year 3, he got in for a couple plays and showed he could do it. Jalen Naylor did that last year. When he got the opportunity, he showed it. So that's 4. Brandon Powell's making this team. So do we think, before I switch it, do we think we're keeping a 6th receiver? And do you think it's Jalen Reagor? Remember, I thought maybe we might be trading him because we showcased him early in the first half last game and then took him out because he did well, right? Yeah, Powell's kept. We know that. I said that earlier in the show. You weren't on yet. That Powell made the team, and that I think we were showcasing Reagor because Powell got 2 punt returns for 2 for 18 yards. The only other 2 punt returns were muffs by Thayer Thomas. So he won the job. He's on the sidelines. Reagor, however, odd man out, or does he make the team, or does Tristan Jackson make the team? Now, keep in mind, if we cut McBride or we cut Reagor, we owe him $2 million, or we still have the guaranteed money that we owe him. So that's against our cap. Keep Tristan Jackson and Naylor digits. Larry, in my huge disagreement, Reagor over Powell is my preference. Yeah, but Powell's making it. We know that. However, Powell's making the team and Reagor might not. If JJ Addison, Powell, Tristan Jackson, Naylor, no Reagor, please. So my thoughts. We're trading Reagor. He's not making the team. And we're keeping 5 receivers right now. And we're hoping we can get Tristan Jackson. And we're hoping we can trade Reagor. That is my preference. That is my guess. That is like, if we're not keeping Reagor, that is my guess. And we're not unless Reagor is a gunner. I don't know. Did he play gunner at any time last year? I don't remember. Reagor has problems last year, and some of you won't give him a shot this year. I thought I would keep him if I had enough spots, but there's some guys that I really want to keep that we have a lot more years ahead of us. Please keep Jackson. I think we're going to try to sneak him on the practice squad. The only reason I'm keeping 5 in this situation, because we kept 5 last year. We're not going to duplicate a player. Reagor and Powell are pretty much similar players. Rager's faster, but equal production. Honestly, equal production. But Tristan Jackson was on the practice squad last year. He can make it again this year, and I think that's the only reason why we're going to risk it. Just like we risked with ISM, we wanted to put him on the practice squad. Reagor is a punt gunner. Okay, so he is the punt gunner. I heard talk about that. I couldn't remember. If we keep Reagor, we got to cut somebody. Now, I think I found a way to keep Reagor. And teams have done this. So, you guys up for keeping Reagor? Hey, so I'm right. We are trying to trade Reagor. Okay, we're taking Reagor off. We're keeping 5 receivers. Tristan Jackson's going to the practice squad. The purple heel. Shout out to you for talking me out of this. I'm going wide receiver. Let me change this. We're gonna change it to Reagor gets cut. Oh no, he gets traded. So traded. All right. Oh, what happened? Thayer Thomas I left Thayer Thomas off of here. All right. So Brandon Powell. There we go. A little Brandon Powell action. We're adding Brandon Powell to the 5th spot. Let me get rid of Reagor here. Production value. All right. Cuts. All right. So save. All right. This is what we got for wide receivers. Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor, Brandon Powell traded Jalen Reagor, cuts Blake Prohl, Tristan Jackson, Lucky Jackson, Thayer Thomas too. I don't think he's making the team. We might put him on the practice squad though. Okay, tight ends. So I'm keeping this. You guys can't talk me out of it. TJ Hawkinson is not re-signed. And we got Nick Muse for another 3 years. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, Johnny Munt. I don't see how we can cut Nick Muse by tomorrow and not be worried about if we're going to re-sign TJ Hawkinson to extend him. You guys cannot talk me out of this. We're keeping Nick Muse, who's probably been the MVP of preseason, or close to it. What do you guys think, Nick Muse? No, that must have been about cutting Reagor or trading Reagor. I don't give a rat's ass about Reagor as a gunner. I want him as our 4th wide receiver. I don't disagree with you, Tristan. I don't disagree with you. I'm just also contemplating what the Vikings think of him and not what I think of him. I think he earned the spot. He's played well. He looked great in preseason. But I don't know. I feel it's a comfortability thing. They don't think this guy knows the playbook, then they don't think he knows the playbook. After that Indy game, he barely saw the field again, if at all. Reagor currently the 4th best wide receiver on the Vikings. I agree. Well, I'm a big Jalen Naylor fan. Honestly, I think Jalen Naylor would have a better season than Reagor. I just think he's a better all-around receiver. Rager's just fast. I don't think he knows. Yeah, he's just a comfortability thing and knowing the playbook. I really like Jalen Naylor. He must be missed his spectacular one-hander during practice. Purple heel. Oh yeah, heel. Yeah, he had a really good pass. I'm picking Tristan Jackson has the best hands. I think no, that he kind of knocked the ball into his body. Honestly, Tristan, that was a great catch, but it's not like it stuck to his hand. He's got smaller hands. You go look at his measurables. He's got small hands. He didn't just grab that out of the sky. He did a good job keeping it and able to bring it to his body. That ball was loose, but Tristan Jackson has better hands. I think he's potentially a better route runner, better leaper. He He was a UDFA out of Syracuse, and he had a man-sized years last year at Syracuse. Rager, I like Tristan Jackson. I hope we don't lose him. Muse on the practice squad. The problem is he showed out in preseason, and we got TJ Hawkinson doing a injury holdout. What's up, Justin? Justin's in the house, everybody. Hey, we're picking we're picking the Minnesota Sports Talk 53-man roster. Sport Haven, what's up? All right. You cannot talk me out of not keeping Nick Muse. And we barely played him this third game, and he sat the bench. We're stashing him. That's why I think he's making the team. All right. Left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, Vidarian Lowe. We can get rid of Vidarian Lowe, and we gain a spot back. This is what it looked like. And we did move him to right tackle and Udo to left tackle to give them a chance to show their versatility. Smart move. I can just leave that erased. He's gone from the team. So Christian Darrisaw, I am not adding a player here. We may add someone after we make the cuts. I think we're going to change 1-2 players after the cuts. So left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, cut Jared Williams. Move on to right tackle. We got Brian O'Neill, Oliudo, and then two guys I couldn't even tell you how they played because the backups played so bad. So Brian O'Neill and Oliudo. Oliudo has not showed he could play left side, right side in a game. He actually looked pretty better. He took a step forward this last game at left tackle. That second team offensive line played better. And we saw that by the production of Jaron Hall. So Brian O'Neill, Oliudo, those are our right tackle. Right now, Oliudo's our swing tackle. Center, we got Garrett Bradbury and Austin Schlottman. I think we got 8. We're keeping because the other guys on this roster are not worth talking about on offensive line. I think we keep 8. Teams have done that in the past. We kept 10 last year. Gave up some good players. 8 linemen. Why? Because there's nobody else is any good. And I guess, let's talk about the guards. Okay. Ezra Cleveland makes it. Ed Ingram makes it. The only way we keep 9. Oh, and Blake Brand will make it. So that's 8 players. That means Chris Reed would be the only way we keep 9. Okay. So we got Blake Brandel. We got Austin Schlottman, and we got Oli Udo. And those are our 6th, 7th, 8th linemen. The only way is like Chris Reed comes back, but I don't think that's the case. So let's switch to defense. Oh, I got a lot of comments here. What do we got? Let me catch up. TJ Hawkinson is fired. I agree. Can't wait for the NFL season. Awesome. All right. What do we got here? Everybody's saying hi again. All right. Let's go. Hey, just a FYI, those people that just joined, I got a diss video coming tomorrow. I'm going to play the beginning of that video. You can help. Tomorrow, I'm launching a video. Rico knows how he dissed Danielle Hunter. Let me give you some a taste of it. Me and Jamie from GG Sports. Let's pull it up.
Out arms.
All right. Let's hear this.
Hunter. I call him. So the guy in the picture here with the roided out arms, that's Danielle Hunter. I call him Danielle. And if you don't know his deal, back in 2018 and 2019, Danielle had 14.5 sacks in back-to-back seasons. One of the most dynamic pass rushers in the NFL, and he wanted to get paid like it. So he did a restructuring and an extension, 5 years, $70 million. The man is paid. But now he refuses to take part in the off-season workouts, organized team activities or OTAs, any of the mandatory camps, he's not showing up. He doesn't want to play on his $4.5 million salary, getting paid about 4 times what running backs are getting paid. But he refuses to play on that salary because he's worth more. But
just boils my blood. Boils my blood. Yeah, I'm going Purple Hulk on him tomorrow. I'm going to release that video of me and Jamie just going Purple Hulk on Rico Knows. You got to check that out tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to let you show the whole thing. You can go find it yourself. But tomorrow I'm going to do my reaction video. I'm going to post that reaction video. A lot of people saying hi to each other. Yeah, I heard they restructured Reed's contract. Awesome. Maybe we keep. The only reason I haven't put him on the 53 is because I think we might put him on the reserved injured list or reserved pup list. So I'm going to keep this as 8, and that way we got one spot to add a guy. And we may go back, and I might say, hey, do you want to add receiver? Do you want to add lineman? We'll find out what everybody wants to do. But we're +1. Vikings a playoff team this year, in my opinion. I think your opinion is right. I think we're poised to it. I think the defense looks better. We haven't seen what our offense can do yet because we haven't played anybody on our offense. Can Josh Oliver do everything TJ Hawkinson can do? No, but he blocks better than TJ Hawkinson, even though TJ is all right. He's elite. Can he catch? He has shown his ability to catch. Go look up Josh Oliver highlights and enjoy. He makes some crazy ass catches, but he just doesn't get as many opportunities. He is a 700-yard catcher his last year in college. Yeah, he don't call Hunter to his face. Yeah, Danielle. He calls him Danielle the whole video. Calls him selfish. Oh my God. I can't even think about it. I was so mad when I saw that. I had to do something. I said, Jamie, you and me, 5 o'clock. Let's get on the video. Mary Fish, would you subscribe to Sports Heaven? I did. Let's see here. Dave, let's bygones be bygones. No. Dude's done. I'm done with him. Done. Unless he does a video apologizing for being such a twerp. Now, shout out to him. He's a veteran. He'll let you know it too. He did a whole video on his veteranhood. Great. Love it. Thank you for supporting our nation. But calling someone by a name, insinuating they're a woman, when the guy could probably crush you with his fucking 2 fingers like this. He could crush you. Terrible look, man. Terrible look. If you can't say it to someone's face, don't say it at all. Man, I got to catch up. We know, yeah, I agree, Justin. What do we got here? Offense will not be hot. Defense will at least be respectable. I agree, Mary, wholeheartedly. I think we're a mid-range defense just because of Brian Flores. Go subscribe to Sports Heaven. He's been a pretty loyal listener. Yeah, it boils my blood, Dave. Oh man, killing me, man. Only reason I'm not releasing it because I don't want my live to interfere with it. Just the YouTube thing. If I release it by itself tomorrow, it'll just get more people to be able to see it. I'm thinking Josh Oliver might be something nice. Maybe why Vikings aren't in a rush to sign TJ. True, we signed him for 3 years. We got Nick Muse for 3 more years. Are we wanting to break the bank on one player other than not named Justin Jefferson? We got a couple cheaper options, $7 million and about $1 million. And TJ's wanting to set the market, apparently. I don't know. IR, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that's referring to. I'm sorry, digits. He's currently on non-football injury list. Who is? Oh, you're talking about TJ? Is he? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he's been practicing though. I thought he's been practicing. I guess you can be on side work and not have to and not be in contact. I imagine. Yeah, I think yeah, you can rehab and stuff on the side. I guess he's done that. Just did sport. Oh yeah, Sports 7. Go subscribe to Sports 7. We don't know. Yeah. I agreed. AJ Oliver is going to be pretty good. He can stay there until game 4, and we don't have to place him on the 53. True story. We have to go back and add Jackson, please. Plus, B got a J in his name. Did I not add a J to his name? I'm sorry. I spell check. Did anyone else see Zach McLeod tackle his own teammate? He thought he was still on the Vikings. No, I didn't. Let's see. Just subscribe. McAndrews subscribe. Dave, read on the on the non-football injury list, you don't have to put him on the 53 to keep him. He will sit until week 5. So the non-football injury list works that way, then great. We'll keep him there. He can come back. That's why I'm thinking keeping 8, because we got guys coming back and we add someone and then we bump it up to 8 to 9, 10 like we did last year. I feel good about that. Chris Reed. Oh, did you have to yell, Tristan? Did you have to yell? I don't know. Don't yell. All right. I'm kidding. But yeah, Chris Reed. No, Reed. Okay. I get it. Reed. So I was kind of, I didn't know exactly what he was on, but yeah, if he's non-football injury list and he can come back after 4 weeks, week 5, then great. Okay. I'm still holding out on putting a receiver back because we're +1 right now. Let's go to outside linebacker. This is Danielle Hunter, not Danielle. Rico knows. Hey, go check his YouTube channel out. It's Rico Knows with a space. On Twitter, he's Rico Knows no space. KNOWS. Rico Knows. Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Jones, Luigi Villain, and DJ Wanham. The reason, and I cut Andrew Carter. I hope I got his name right. Andrew Carter II. Danielle Hunter, Marcus, that's 5. And the reason why I think DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones, Luigi Villain balled out. He's making the team. DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones didn't see any time really. And they've been stashed. So I just thinking they cut it. There's some interesting guys that showed out a little bit this last game, but Carter, I think we're going to try to get him on the practice squad. Benton Whitley, possibly 2. I'm leaving it at this. You let me know if you think we should add somebody. What do you guys think about outside linebacker? Oh, all wide receivers have a J in their name. Okay. Just yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, why did I have Andre Carter? Yeah, so I was typing. Thanks for catching that. Let me fix it. Yeah, I immediately thought I screwed up his name. Let me fix that. Yeah, I added a W for some reason. Andre Carter II. I didn't think he was Andrew. What was I doing? There we go. Fixed. It didn't fix. I gotta save it. I did save it. What the hell? Andre Carter. Add it. There we go. It's fixed. Appreciate it. Thanks for my spell check. So any questions about outside linebacker? I think for 2 positions, we got 5 guys. I think that's enough. And I know Danielle Hunter can move to end. Davenport can move to end on certain plays. I know all that. So I feel pretty good about that group. What do we got? Benton Whitley might be swiped. He looked pretty nice. True. Very true. I don't know. They just held back Jones and Wanham. I don't know. I don't think they can cut them after they held them out and didn't let them show what they could do. Albert Breida, the Vikings are working hard to JJ sign to an extension before the season starts. Per Albert Breida. I would appreciate that. That way you know what you got going into the season. To get JJ signed. All right. So no real questions about this group here. I think just because the way they play preseason, I think that's the way they're playing it. Defensive end, says end, but I took it off a list. So tackle and all together. Harrison Phillips, Dean Lowry, Jonathan Bullard. So interior line: Harrison Phillips, Dean Lowry, Jonathan Bullard, Asese Atamoyo, Jaquelin Roy. You guys got to help me fix this, because I'm not a big Blacklock fan, and I think we're keeping Jaquelin Roy no matter what. But Asese Atamoyo didn't impress me either. You got to help me with this. Do we change this? Do we let someone go? Trade Hawkinson for Nelson from the Colts? What do you guys think of this list? Cut Blacklock, Sheldon Day, Junior Ao. I guess Sheldon Day looked all right. Nose tackle's the other position, so I got nose tackle after this. So this is just defensive ends. That's how I have it. Defensive ends, and then I got nose tackle on another list. What do you guys think of keeping? I think all these guys got held out except for Atamayu and Jaquelin Roy. So what do you guys think of switching this up a little bit? Blacklock out. I don't want him. I was never been impressed with him. He got a sack in this last game. Only tackle of the game, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And that wasn't like he got any pressure. It's not like he went upfield. The quarterback scrambled. The end doesn't know. The defensive linemen don't know he's scrambling. So that's how he gets that. I switched Blacklock for Asese. Gopher to practice squad. Keep Blacklock. Atamayo has a body like Hunter. Why can't he play like him? True. Let's keep Atamayo. He needs to get in the action. And keep in mind, he's Quessie's pretty loyal to his draft picks. He cut all of Zimmer's draft picks and kept all of his. Unless someone can really talk me into Blacklock, I'm keeping it like this. And when we're getting +1, we can add a player. So I'm moving on to nose tackle. I'm only keeping one. I'm cutting TJ Smith and Calvin Avery. What do you guys think of that? TJ Smith gets blown out the ball so far. I don't know what zip code he's in after we're done. I just don't know. He's not done well, man. Carice Tonga, rooting for this dude. Love him. I hope he's going to make it. I hope he becomes a good standout player in this league. Hope he gets paid. Dean Lowry is okay. Now, Dean Lowry is the only guy I trust to get hey, Anthony Cartagena. Thanks for showing up. I love it, man. It's been a while, I think, since I saw you. Dean Lowry is okay, but he is a backup at the point of his career. We definitely upgrade there if we trade for someone else. I think that dude got 11 sacks 2 years ago. There's a highlight reel 2021 of this dude dominating. I think he still have it left in him. He's not that old. He's the only guy I see on the interior offensive line that can actually push the pocket. And there's a reason why we didn't play him a dime in the entire preseason. There's a reason for it. It's because he's locked. They put him at the starting spot right away. I think we like what we have there. I think he's above average. I don't think he's as a 3-4 defensive end. I think he's above average. He's not an edge rusher. He's got one pass rush, and that's a bull rush, and he's pretty good at it. And that's what we needed. That's what we're missing. What's up? My first choice, Dame, my second. Yeah, so you're thinking about Tristan, you're thinking about Day as your second choice to add back to this list. I heard people talk about him. I didn't really watch him, but I was watching Purple Daily. They were talking about him. Take a shot at Chris Jones. All right. I've been hearing Lowry will start. He is definitely. All right. So nobody's talking me into keeping any extra nose tackles. The reason being is because I think Tonga's in there run, I think we can mix and match on the line that we don't necessarily need a backup nose tackle. Lowry's got a lot of pressure against poor Vikings interior. This guy, Digits, this guy is a highlight reel in 2021. Go look his just go look up Dean Lowry highlights. Guy's a solid player. I'm not lying, man. I was like, oh, who's this guy? And then, he's a Packer. Oh, we're getting him for depth. And then I go look and I'm like, holy crap, the guy can play. And then I saw him on the start, on the depth chart as number 1. Yeah. I like him. I think we're going to like him. I think you're going to like him more than Harrison Phillips. I think he's going to be more productive than Harrison Phillips, honestly. Harrison Phillips doesn't get a push. He's a good reading line. He can read the play and shed blocks, whatever. But Dean Lowry can actually move that pocket. All right, you guys have not convinced me to get rid of change the nose tackle situation. So no one talked about it. So off-ball linebackers, I got Jordan Hicks, Brian Asamoah, Ivan Pace, and Troy Dye. I don't think this has changed for me. I got Troy Reeder, Humber already got cut. Abram Beauplain, Tanner Veo already got cut. So what do you guys think of Troy Reeder not making this team? We signed him to to compete for that 4th linebacker job. He is a special teams guy. Troy Dye is a special teams guy. Reeder's had more tackles by far than Troy Dye. Troy Dye's got the splash play, the pick. Anybody can convince me to change this list. Anybody want to try? Yeah, so cut Reeder. Man, I think Chris Jones. All right. Cut Reeder. Yeah, anybody want me to keep him? Anybody? I don't think anybody's really sold on Reeder. He can't really defend the pass much. He was lost that first game in pass coverage, and Troy Dye didn't dominate, and he only had that one play where he got beat on a swing pass. Yeah, Reeder's gone. Nobody really needs to convince me of that. Practice squad guy, we can keep veterans. We can keep, I think, 16 guys now. Cornerback. So remember, we got a +1. So we can change this. I got Byron Murphy, Caleb Evans, Mekhi Blackman, Andrew Booth, and Joanne Williams. So here's what we're going to do. We're close to the end of this, end of the 53 here. We're +1, meaning we can add a player. Najee Thompson, I have cut. And I had that cut because of potentially being able to put him on a practice squad. And I thought Jalen Reagor was going to get kept. Now I think he's going to be trying to get traded. So keep Najee Thompson as that +1 that we might add. Would you change anything? Would he make the team over a Joanne Williams? Would he make it over Andrew Booth Jr.? You guys can't talk me into cutting him. He's going to make the team. Would Najee Thompson beat out Joanne Williams? I don't think so. I think they like him, especially in red zone, specific type of plays. Najee Thompson, though, needs to make this team somehow. Can we do it not on the practice squad, but by putting him on the 53? Tell me what you guys think. I like him. I think he needs to make this team, and we're +1, so we can add him now. Where is Blake Lynch? I don't know. Oh, Blake Lynch, out for the season. He was out for the season. He got hurt. He tore his ACL. Najee's standing in the building, staying in the building. Yeah, I practice squad for sure, but I was just 53. I didn't want to cut Nick Muse. Nick Muse is making this team. I swear to God, it'll be a surprise to me if he doesn't. Anthony, I appreciate you giving me a shout out. Big fan of your work. You always put out good thought out content for the Vikings and us fans of the purple. Oh, thank you, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let me keep that up there. What do we got? What do we got for you?
Great cash, homie. Great cash, homie. Great cash, homie.
Yeah, let me take this off the loop. Turn up the volume.
Great cash, homie.
Anthony, you're straight cash, homie. I appreciate it. All right. Back to back to the list here. What else we got? Keep Najee. Yeah, keep both. What do we now? Wow, that sad Blake Lynch can ball. Yeah, I thought he'd make good depth. I would keep him over a couple other players. Crap, so down to Najee or Jackson. This sucks. Yeah, right. Are we gonna? We're thinking Rager's getting potentially traded. So, oh, that's my father-in-law. That's my father-in-law. Hola. Next year I'm coming, Papa. I'm coming down to Panama next year. Say hi to Yari for me. Say hi to my wife. Thanks, Javier, for showing up. What a loyal listener, my father-in-law. Most people have problems with their in-laws. I have none. I love my in-laws. They're great people. The whole family, and there's a lot of them. Yari, my wife's mom, had 13 children. So a lot of cousins. And right now my son is in Panama, loving it. Absolutely loving it. Viking special teams needs help. They played pretty good over the year. I would like a good gunner. Tristan, you going to Panama? My wife's from David, Cherokee, Panama. Her dad used to live. He now lives in David again, but he used to live in Panama City. Working on the details right now. Yeah, cheap place to go, man. My wife sends me like, do you know how much my meal cost today? And I'm like, oh God, I spent $10 for a cheeseburger and fries at McDonald's. She gets like a nice dinner for $5. All right. So no one's talking me out of this. So we're skipping the cornerbacks. It's either going to be Najee Thompson, Tristan Jackson, Jalen Reagor, I think, is getting traded. It could make the team. I'm not saying I'm against that, but safety, we're the only team keep five safeties. Rap made me chuckle. He says, "Hey, we traded off Vidarian Lowe, and we're probably gonna go get another safety because Kwesi loves those safeties. We got even Theo Jackson's good. Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum, Lewis Seen, Josh Mateus, Jay Ward. Now I know people are down on Lewis Seen. I'm not. He's got a couple guys ahead of him only because of really injury. But Harrison Smith's going to be gone eventually. Lewis Seen will still be on this roster. He'll be more experienced. Everybody wanted him to kill it out of the gate. Everybody loved him until he got hurt. Keep in mind what happened to this guy. And he's back playing, and he's playing with a reckless abandon. He's flying to the ball, and he had a compound fracture. That dude was bleeding on the field in London. Had to stay there with his birthday. Couldn't fly back for almost a week, I think, or maybe longer. I don't know. Now he's and look where he is right now. He's back on the field. I give this guy an opportunity, man. If he's not starting this year. There might be a point during this year where he does, though. We're gonna need him. Josh Metellus, I know I have him 4th, but I want him as the number 2. I think they're trying to bring him in as the big nickel, but this is just the order of a list that I took. It's not how I think of them. Yeah, it's pretty cheap to vacation in Panama. Very cheap, man. And then you take the U.S. dollar. Their currency is the U.S. dollar. Seen will be a starter by the end of the year. Mark my words. I'll take it. If he does, I'll be happy. The role of safety has evolved now. Look at the size and roles in 5 and 10 packages or nickel and dime packages. Modern passing game. Yeah. We're going to use all these safeties. Need 5 or 6 safeties. We need 5. We don't need 6. Because we need some players somewhere else. Are we really going to have 12? I have us having 10 defensive backs right now. I'm thinking, honestly, I think they're going to take 11, but do we need 12? Yeah. Yes, you need a passport. Yes, you do. Definitely. Never been out of the U.S. Yes, you need a passport. Look how many Americans live in Costa Rica now. There's a lot of them live in Panama. A lot of them. So back to the banners. Safety. let's go kicker. We know this. I'm excited about these guys being the same guys 2 years in a row. So I'm expecting Greg Joseph to have a good year. I don't know about you. I'm thinking good year. Positive thoughts. No missed chip shots. Make all your extra points. I told someone I think he's only going to miss 3 extra points this year. That'd be an improvement. All right. Now I need you guys to tell me who we're going to add back to the 53. We got +1 spot. Is it going to be Najee Thompson? Is it going to be Tristan Jackson? Is it going to be, I'm not putting Jalen Reagor. We're trading him, but I'm not opposed to it. I just think we're going to try to trade him before the end of the night. He's going to sign a destroying for a kicker. Oh, gosh. Carlson kicked another 60-yarder in preseason. Crazy. Wonder why Viking. What did I just see? So next Skullfest is Panama. Then love it. Yeah, we're all traveling to Panama for Skullfest. Shout out if you're not going Skullfest Friday before the game. So on the 9th, the game's on the 10th. Skullfest Northeast Palace. We're gonna have a DJ. We're gonna 4-hour live show, 5 to 9. It's not gonna be aired on YouTube. Gotta be there. Plenty of giveaways. Great group of guys. Great group of YouTubers. Let's go. Let's do it. Oh, what do we got here? Funny story since we're all friends. My uncle lives in Panama City, Florida, and my brother was flying to visit him. They asked for his passport. He had accidentally booked for Panama City, Panama. Oh, God. People do that. I say Panama, and they're like, "Oh, Florida? No, Panama City, Panama." So we got one for Tristan Jackson. I don't know how to do I don't know how to do a voting on this, a poll. I don't know how to do it. Cut Muse and got room for both. Really? Gary, come on. Do I cut Muse? With TJ Hawkinson right now, you're going to cut Muse? I'm not sure. Yeah, Tristan Jackson. Yeah, with an H. The Chargers have released QB Max Duggan from TCU. Any thoughts of trying to take a stab at him to see if we can good in the future? We can develop him in Jaron Hall and see what happens. I think we're done with quarterbacks right now. I did like him, though. I did like him. I watched a little tape on him. I liked him. It's we 5th rounder. We paid 5th rounder for Jaron Hall. I just don't see us doing it. All right. So we got one guy saying cut Nick Muse and put Tristan Jackson and Najee Thompson on. Come on, man, do it. All right. All right, Gary, I'm gonna do it. Okay, you got me cutting my guy. It's not really my guy. All right. Right, here we go. I'm gonna cut him. We got 2 spots. Gary, only because you won that card from the other day. I still haven't sent you. You never did email me your address. One of the guys sent it to me. Hey, just in case, man, could you, if you have a chance, email me here. Let me put my take down my super chat ad here and add my email address. If you could, just email me your address to make sure I have it, because I know I got it sent to me in a chat, and so yeah, email me if you could your address, just in case I don't have it. Gary, the problem with that is they can keep faking injuries. We can franchise TJ next year. I agree. You're right. But yeah, he could keep faking injuries. I thought about that. Honestly, I thought that would be the smartest move. Squeeze out one more year of his prime. get him before if he's on any decline. I would love that. He'd be cheap. He'd be like 12 million. He wouldn't be 25 million like he's probably wanting right now. So, yeah. Let me go back to the banners. Let me add 53. I just cut Nick Muse and I didn't save. So let me do that. And then we'll recap the 53 here. All right, here we go. All right. So that means we're keeping Tristan Jackson. Right? That's what you guys want. Jalen Naylor is going to get traded. Tristan Jackson's making the team. That means we're going to keep 6 receivers and 6 cornerbacks. All right. Save. What else we got here? Cornerbacks. Najee Thompson. Gotta add him. Najee Thompson. He is making it. No surprises, I don't think. 6. All right. Let's go through this again real quick. What do we got for comments? Yes. If you tag him, do you lose a comp pick? I don't think so. You only lose. I don't think you lose a comp pick. This guy's a free agent. He's a free agent, so he'll just be a free agent the next year too. And if you lose him, you lose him. I don't think you wouldn't lose a comp. That comp pick won't come in until the end. I think the only time you can't comp a guy is if he has dead cap money on his contract, like post contract. Yes, keep that keep the grateful TJ. All right. So here's what we got: quarterbacks: Kirk Cousins, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall, Alexander Madison, Ty Chandler, Dwayne McBride, or depending on if we pick up a veteran, CJ Ham, Justin Jefferson, KJ Osborne, Jordan Addison, Jalen Naylor, Brandon Powell, Tristan Jackson. So 6 receivers. Oh, and I haven't changed the numbers on this, so don't get me. I'll have to do that later. So it would be 3 tight ends, 6 receivers. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver, Johnny Munt, the third best tight end, or the best third tight end in the league. Left tackle, Christian Darrisaw. Right tackle, Brian O'Neill. Oliudo is the swing tackle now. Center, Garrett Bradbury, Austin Schlottman. Left guard, Ezra Cleveland. Chris Reed apparently is on the injured reserve, non-football injury list. Right guard, Ed Ingram, Blake Brandel. Brandel can play left tackle too. We know that. So we're a little flexible there. Outside linebacker, Daniil Hunter, Marcus Davenport, Patrick Jones, Luigi Villain, DJ Wanham. Pretty pumped about that group, honestly. Defensive ends, Harrison Phillips, Dean Lowry, Jonathan Bullard, Asese Atamoyo, Jaqueline Roy. Nose tackle, Carice Tonga. Cut everybody else. Off-ball linebacker, Jordan Hicks, Brian Asamoah, Ivan Pace Jr., Troy Dye, Troy Reeder. Cut. So Troy Dye is the 4th linebacker. Cornerbacks. And keep in mind how many 3 safety looks we'll be keeping. That we almost only need 3 linebackers. But hey, Troy Dye apparently is a good special teamer. Cornerback, Byron Murphy, Caleb Evans, Mekhi Blackman, Andrew Booth Jr., Joe Juan Williams, and Najee Thompson. We're keeping 6 cornerbacks and 5 safeties. Harrison Smith, Cameron Bynum, Lewis Seen, Josh Mateus, Jay Ward, Cut Theo Jackson, and Greg Joseph, Ryan Wright, and Andrew DePaulo. What do we got here? What do you guys think of that list? What do you hate? Bring back Flash, yeah. Dave, you have to put Kenny in the 53 before placing him on the IR, or we lose him for the year. So, so I did that. I looked up the rule, and I put it on there last week on Thursday's show, or my 53-man roster show, and there is a reserved PUP list, and Will Raggis did the same thing. He put Kenny on a reserved PUP list that the rule says you can in 4 days, or in four games, come back. I know Judd has been calling. Now he's calling it the IR. I'm calling it the reserve PUP list. I heard a lot about keeping CJ Colden. Didn't get that at all. Yeah. So, let me look it up. Let me look up that rule and read the reserve PUP list if you guys want to. I read it last week. So, and it was a pretty respectable site if I remember right. Let me do Google. This is the reserve PUP list. Reserve PUP list rule. 2023. All right. What is this? NFL roster 12 hours ago. They move them to the reserve list. They will miss a minimum of 4 games, but they won't count against the 53-man roster. In other words, if they remain on the NFL PUP, they can count as one of the cuts down to 53. Okay. In other words, if they remain on the NFL PUP, non-football injury PUP, that counts as one of the cuts down to 53. This is just misreading it. NFL PUP list. This is not the same article. This is from the NFL. NFL training camp rosters frequently defining injured reserve PUP list. This is from NFL. Important dates. Frequently asked question. What is the physically unable to perform PUP list, and how does it work? Let me add this. Let me present this video screen share. Share the screen. Let's go. Window. Let me there we go. And let me add it here. So let me put really small. Let me get rid of my banner. All right, I got the rules here. The physically unable to perform list, better known as the PUP, is designation for players who are physically unable to perform football services due to football-related injuries. These players can participate in team activities but are not allowed to practice. Active PUP list. Players are placed on this list during training camp and count towards the team's 90-man roster. So active PUP list. Players can be removed from the list at any time during camp, but can't be placed back on the list. They can be removed, they just can't be placed back on it. Players on this list, so you can't game the system. Players on this list as a final roster countdowns must be placed on the reserve PUP, release, traded, or count against a 53-man roster. Right there. So let me read that again. This is for the PUP list. Players on this list as a final roster cutdowns. This is an active PUP list. Roster cutdowns must be placed on the reserve PUP, released, traded, or counted against the 53-man roster. So, active PUP not be on the active 53. You have to reserve PUP them, release them, trade, or they'll be counted. So this is the reserve PUP list. Let's read that. Teams must decide by 53-man roster cutdown deadlines, August 30th this season, whether to place a player on this list. It's the 30th, huh? Players placed on this list at that time must miss at least the team's first 4 games. Okay. Teams must decide by 53-man roster cutdown deadline whether to place a player on this list. Players placed on this list at that time must miss at least the team's first 4 games, down from 6 in seasons prior to 2022, which is true. Unlike in the past, players can be activated immediately after such time has elapsed. Any player who is designated reserve PUP on the roster reduced to 80 will also be subject to the Game 4 will be subject. Is this what year is this? This is last year's rule, but I don't think it's changed because it's talking about 80. I don't think this rule's changed. So let me read it again. So this is last year's rule, but I think it's changed, and it's still on their website. Players on the PUP list are paid the entire base salary. A player's contract will be told, meaning the contract will not be suspended. Resumed the following season while on the PUP, unless in the last year of his deal, and he is both not able to perform football services as the 6th regular season game and is not activated during the regular season or postseason. Okay, so that didn't explain it because that was last year's rule, and there's no 80-man cut. This is another website. Wednesday, August 30th noon, waiver claim deadline. Wednesday, August 30th, IR. Okay, where is the... If they choose to activate a player, they can count against the 53-man roster immediately. If they move them to the reserve list, they will miss a minimum of 4 games, but they won't count against the 53-man roster. In other words, if they remain on the NFL PUP, that counts as one of the cuts down to 53. And it's for physically non-football injury, 53, or put them on the reserve PUP. Yeah, so reserve PUP or non-injury football list, you can keep a guy. So I'm sure I lost a lot of listeners there, but I just want to be clear on the rule. Non-football injury and reserve PUP list, you don't have to count against the 53. Live and in person, I went through the rules with you. Hope that helps. I mean, I just read something different, Tristan. It's a reserved PUP list and non-football injury list can be put on before the 53. It won't count against them, and they can be brought back to the 4, which makes sense. But again, I don't know. That's just what I'm reading. I don't think he is. I don't think they did anything with him. I'm not sure. But they can. Non-football injury. I don't know if he was hurt during that's non-football injuries if he wasn't hurt in practice. I think football injuries doesn't qualify where Reed does. I hope I'm wrong. I read 2 sites, both kind of agree. One was NFL. Just sent you an email, Dave. I appreciate it, Gary. I got your envelope right here. All right. Hey, thanks for listening, guys. I've been on an hour and a half. I appreciate it. This is going to be every Monday. I appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you so much for being listeners. Cue the music.